Hey guys, it's Dave. I'm in the very old, very historic Hillcrest Cemetery in Holly Springs, Mississippi. It's Marshall County. And I'm here for the grave of Mittie Wilkins Manning. She was born January 19th, 1871 and died April 22nd, 1975. So 4 years old, little girl. So very unique grave she has by her parents during her very short life. The Mannings, they were typical of many families here in Holly Springs, Mississippi during the late 19th century. Her father, Van Manning, was a lawyer and a former Confederate who arrived in Reconstruction, Mississippi in the 1860s. His wife Mary was also she was a local Holly Springs girl. Sorry, I want to look at the detail on this one here. She was from a pretty well-to-do family. Van Manning, he built a very successful practice here in Holly Springs, and later served in the House of Representatives from 1877 to 1883. However, his life was filled with a lot of personal tragedies. In 1861, the Mannings lost their infant son, William Manning. The boy's death really troubled Mary, as it would any parent. And she prayed she would never have to bury another of her children. Their daughter, Mittie Manning, was born in 1871. In the early spring of 1875, the 4-year-old girl became very, very ill from an unknown disease. Sorry, I'm just looking at all these very interesting tombstones here. However, the Crump, which in that name a couple times already, she did succumb to her illnesses again at the age of 4. So on April 22nd, she died, 1875. When it came time to bury their second child, Mary had a breakdown, as expected, and she refused to allow Van or anyone else to place her daughter into the ground. A compromise was made, and Mittie Manning was buried in a sarcophagus above ground. This did not console Mary very well, though, and she wanted to be able to see the face of her daughter. So in the marble slab atop her grave, they put a cover on it that had a little sliding window installed, allowing Mary to see her daughter. According to some local legends, as Mittie's body began to deteriorate, Mary became even more upset, and she refused to leave the girl's grave. Eventually, Van was forced to bury Mittie underground. The original slab with the windows was left in place, though. The Manning family eventually moved away from Holly Springs, leaving the grave behind. The town of Holly Springs, of course, has adopted this little grave. In 2020, the badly deteriorated, damaged tombstone was repaired by local citizens. And it's right over here. And you can see the little window, or a little piece on top covering the window. So we'll do a quick little walk around, and so there's a little piece of glass at one time over the top where the thing slid around. Quick little walk around here. Can't really explain why a mother would want to. I mean, I can understand why they want to see their child, but to keep seeing their child, especially during the process of decay, especially in those times where they did not have the ability to preserve. So like I said, this tomb was heavily damaged. It was fixed in 2020 by local townsfolk, but so not much of this original except for the top piece here. Let's read it here. Mittie Wilkins, daughter of William and Mary Manning, born January 19th, 1871, died April 22nd, 1875. Something shall, well, we'll put that in the description. I can't quite read all that. So you can see this thing swings around. We're going to swing this around. And you can see, unfortunately, it's, not unfortunately, it's just a hole with the original tomb being a long time buried now. So, not much to see, but you can imagine her mother laying here, sitting here, watching her daughter slowly decompose. And what that would do to any parent. It's very neat though. I'll fix that in a second. I'll shut that in a minute. Just keep doing a walk around here. Another unique grave here. We're going to look at that one before we go. As we leave, there's a boy and his dog, his faithful companion. So there you go, guys. The tomb of Mittie Manning, a little girl at 4 years old. Kind of a very, very sad story. Again, unfortunately, her parents had to leave her as they left town. They couldn't stay. But again, this is in the Hillcrest Cemetery in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Oh, here's the inscription. He shall gather the lambs with his arms and carry them into his bosom. That's the inscription there. I just found it. So we'll do one more little look inside here. And again, not much to see here, guys. All right, guys. There you go. We'll go ahead and slide that back into place. All right, guys. Final resting place of Mittie Manning. Very unique little grave with the window to her final resting place. Hey guys, hope you liked that video. The final resting place of Mittie Manning with a little window to her grave. Since gone, but very unique grave. Grave videos every Sunday except the second Sunday. I save that for the Goonies collections, my Goonie collection. But I mentioned this one over here with the little boy and his dog. Maybe a little girl. I don't know. We'll look. Our Charlie Wells. Badly worn, but obviously a little boy with his loyal companion, the dog. We'll walk around. I'm not seeing any other wells in this immediate area. I've seen a few similar tombstones like this. Charles F., son of Willie and Katie Wells, born in Washington, D.C., 1868, died in Holly Springs, 1872, so 4 years old. Can't read his inscription, but very nice tribute. And that's just a little ways over from the Mittie Manning's tomb right there. So we're gonna walk on out of here, but again, I do appreciate all the views I do get. Hope you like it. We're gonna walk out of this one kind of slowly. There's just so much interesting monuments to look at here. Kind of like the bed style there. We got a couple of slabs over here too that are kind of interesting. Underneath the tree. Very big slabs there. Oh, so the Mittie's tomb. It's kind of in the middle of the cemetery. You can see it right there. I guess the most prominent monument to look for, well, if you can find the column that's over there, you can kind of see it, kind of a lighter stone brown cross over there. But the best monument would probably be I'm assuming it's the Soldiers Monument. Oh, right there. We'll get over there and kind of some bigger monuments there. If you can find those, it's really just a walk down to it. So, and if you can find these two taller monuments, columns, should be able to find her tomb. I'm really interested in this one here. I stopped at a minute ago too, because it was just very intricate. I just kind of wondered what it was and looked like when it was first carved. That crumb one. Yeah, so you can find the Confederate memorial. Mittie's tomb is just down that way, so it's pretty easy to find. Alright guys, and there's some modern ones here. I was just getting ready to head off, but there's some modern ones here too. This is definitely the older section though. Very beautiful cemetery, very old. Pretty well kept for its age. I mean, it's showing signs of deterioration. But some amazing headstones here. Alright guys, thanks. You guys have listened to me heavy breathing for like 12 minutes now. So, again, appreciate those that have stuck with me. Hope you liked it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Alright guys, thanks.